Hello, I have a lot of things to talk about, so I'll try and be fast. So my dad bought a house, and, so they'll be moving there October 7th, around that. But I won't be living there until January, and it's in Kirkland! It's like a 20-minute walk from your house, Marion. I hope you wanted the internet to know what city you lived in. Whoops. So that's really exciting because I've never moved in my entire life except for like back and forth between houses. So next thing, my hair looks horrible, which is why I'm wearing a headscarf. And okay, so I went to the Ladies Who Rock exhibit kind of a while ago, but I didn't get to post about it because I was sharing one room with 3 family members, and I didn't really want to shoot an awkward video. So, I was going through the exhibit, and it's at the EMP, and it's about women who have influenced music just in general, and it starts in like the 1900s with blues singers who are African American, and it's really cool. And I was walking through the exhibit, and I was all like, yeah, this woman's cool! Yeah, this one's cool. Why does everybody die at like the age of 30 or younger? This is terribly sad, but awesome. Not the dying thing. And it was just so cool, and like Melissa Etheridge and all of these really pivotal women whose names I kind of forgot, but I have them all written down on one note. But I was going through it and going through the 60s. And there were really awesome women, and they were all fighting against the male power that dominated the musical industry. And then there's this one room that's devoted to, like, the 90s to the present day. And I got really depressed because we had all of these amazing pivotal women, and then it all just kind of teetered out and turned everybody into sex symbols, except for Queen Latifah. She's awesome. But the pivotal figures that they had things for, the biggest ones, were Lady Gaga, who is a pretty interesting person, but she is very much a sex figure, and Britney Spears. She has a hard life. And her mother was crazy, so we'll give her that. And then Shakira and Rihanna, and also Rihanna's pretty awesome. But the major part of this is that everybody who is famous from our... Okay, not everybody, dang it. Most people who are famous from our generation are famous for being really, really hot. And not super pivotal in emerging from a male-dominated world. They're... You guys. This is my face about this. It's going backwards. Why is this happening? Also, I posed an interesting question to Joy one night, which was that I was wondering if you, Megan and Marion, Megan with an H, if you guys would have still liked the Beatles if you had been alive in the 60s. And I think I have the answer to that question, is that yes, you would, because what people stood for in the 60s was a lot different than what they do today. Even though the Beatles were extremely mainstream in their time, it was still sort of part of the subculture, and so, It's just like what happened with the 20s, where the 20s were really, really great for social things, and we realized marriage is a partnership, be nice to everybody. And then the 30s came along, and everybody got really poor and lost all their money and suddenly started treating women like shit again. Yay! And then the 50s happened, which was a great time for fashion, but not much else. Okay, so I'm going to limit myself to 6 minutes and hopefully stick to that. So I want to talk about something completely different, completely jumping rails, and I want to talk to you about my dreamscape, because it keeps getting weirder every time I visit it. So I have this oh wait, no, I don't want to talk about my dreamscape. I'm going to do that later. Instead, I want to point out this really weird thing that happens at high school, which is, there are big groups of friends, they all have the same body type. Have you guys noticed that? All the tall, skinny girls hang out together, and like all of the petite girls hang out together, and like what's up with that? And why don't we follow that? Why are we exceptions to the rule? It's so weird. And it also kind of changes how they dress. Like, you notice the girls walking down the hallway and they have about the same shoes, or they're wearing the same fitted clothing. It's just super weird because we don't adhere to that. Not that I want us to. In fact, I actively don't want us to. It's just really weird. We have diverse body types. Okay, I'm gonna go a little over and talk about my dreamscape, which is a land that I visit every time I dream, and it's always the same land, and it keeps getting weirder, and I have an airport in it that is purple and some Zen gardens that have dead people in them. And it's super weird. Oh, also, recently, my brain added a retro car show that's always open. That's on the corner next to the thrift store that we played D&D in. It was holographic. Marion and I were on the same team, but then she got mad at me and split off. And then there was a red dude who tried to kill us, and we ate his lava brains. I dream really weird things. Anyways. Okay, so I officially went over by quite a bit. So I'm gonna wrap up and say to be continued. Bye.